Welcome to the Folktale Project. This is Dan Schulz. This week, we're visiting Turkey, and I'd like to start, well, at the beginning, if I can. Whenever I get a chance to find a new creation story, I like to highlight it. And this one, from 44 Turkish fairy tales, published in 1913, is a really interesting one. I hope you enjoy it. This is The Creation. Allah, the most gracious God, whose dwelling place is the seventh heaven, completed the work of creation. 7 planes has the heaven, and 7 planes also the earth, the abode of evil spirits. In the heavenly ways reside the Peris, or good spirits. In the earthly darkness the dews, or evil spirits. The light of heaven is in conflict with the darkness of earth, the Peris with the dews. The Peris soar to heaven high above the earth, but the dews sink down into the darkness under the earth. Mountains bar the road to heaven, and only the good spirits can reach the copper range, whence the way is open to the silver mountains and the hills of gold. Evil spirits are blinded by the ineffable radiance of heaven. Their dwelling place is the depths of the earth, the entrance to which is at the spring of waters. There tarry the white and the black sheep, into whose wool the evil spirits penetrate and are so conveyed to their realm on the 7th plane. On the white sheep they return to the earth's surface. Peris and dews are powerful, and both were witness to the creation of earth's original inhabitant, the first man. Allah created the first man, and appointed him the earth for his dwelling place. And when the first mortal appeared upon the earth, and the Peris rejoiced over Allah's wonderful work, the father of evil beheld it, and envy overcame his soul. Straightway he conceived a plan whereby to bring to naught that beneficent work. He would implant the deadly seed of sin in this favored creature of the Almighty, and soon the first man, all unsuspecting, received on his pure body the damnable spittle of the evil one, who struck him therewith in the region of the stomach. But Allah, the all-merciful, the overcomer of all things, hastened to tear out the contaminated flesh and flung it to the ground. Thus originated the human navel, the piece of flesh, unclean by reason of the evil one's spittle having defiled it, obtained new life from the dust, and thus, almost simultaneously with man, was dog created, half from the human body and half from the devil's spittle. Thus it is that no Mahometan will harm a dog, though he refuses to tolerate him in his house. The animal's faithfulness is its human inheritance. Its wildness and savagery are from the evil one. In the Orient the dog does not increase, for while the Muslim is its protector, he is at the same time its implacable enemy. And that is the story of the creation. And as I said, it's a really, really interesting creation story. It doesn't focus so much on the actual making of the earth as you have in the Judeo-Christian and in the Maori traditions. There's a lot of time spent talking about making the earth. Here, this is much more in the Native American vein of talking about the conditions around the coming of the first man. Just super interesting stuff. I love this. This is Dan Schulz for the Folktale Project. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, anywhere you like to get your podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at Folktale Project. You can find us on Auto Radio, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you like to listen. And you can always head over to folktaleproject.com, where you'll find a new story waiting for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As always, thank you so much for listening.